Well, good morning, my friends. Who did I miss in the pre-party? There's Tracy. There's my friend Rexy. We've been messaging back and forth since this morning. Teresa. Hello, Debbie. Debbie, I really appreciate all the comments you leave. You are such a sweetheart. Hold on. Dolores Hayes. Girlfriend, where have you been? Woo! Don't make me get the U.S. Marshals after you. My goodness. True Crime Beat says it's a short work week. That's what I'm talking about. Real Rockin' Robin. Good morning, Brooks, Mods, and Chat. Happy Metabolism Monday. Damn right. So how was your weekend? Tell me all about it. Brooks was actually up late on Saturday because I watched OU, Oklahoma Sooners, Boomer Sooner, whip the dog snot out of Alabama. If you're an Alabama fan, I apologize because it was a really good game. Then yesterday with my Kansas City Chiefs, that was a nail biter. And I figured they would just pummel the Panthers. But I thought it was going to go into overtime. So, of course, a lot of people had tons of shopping to do over the weekend, getting ready for Thanksgiving. Do you guys go to a relative's house? Do you cook at home? Do you go to a restaurant? How do you celebrate your Thanksgiving? If you saw the community tab, I did blow up a Kansas City Chiefs Santa Claus. Yes, I did. And DT Driver and I took pictures in front of it. And like the goofy bitch I am, I put it up on our community tab. Hold on one second. Heather Mack, I cook at home for 8. Welcome to my world. Rexy said both. Crime Story Diva said both. Jesse, my nanny, my grandma, and Liam 30. Okay. Hold on. Sparrow, my aunt got a good deal on a turkey 20-pounder for $20. Damn. Good for her. Good for her. Does she roast it? Does she fry it? Does she put it on the smoker? Put it in the oven? It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun and a lot of good food. Well, let's welcome all of our friends to Monday, shall we? Please greet the person above you and below you. V. Oakley, rubbing that salt in the wound. She said, now when a windstorm blows in there, Casey Santa's going to be blowing down the road. No shit. No shit. Because that night we had the tornado and DT Driver had to go running down the road to get my inflatable turkeys. Oh, it was a bad Sunday for DT Driver. He wasn't happy. Tell you what, if I'd had that on video, DT Driver fight a tornado to find my turkeys, that'd have been some viral shit, especially with me on the porch yelling, there's the turkey, get my fucking turkeys. But we'll talk about that another day. I think we're due for a members live soon. If you are not a member, please do so. Lots of games, lots of prizes, lots of chit chat, lots of things we cannot talk about on the channel. So please grab that membership. If you have an iPhone, you take the link and you post it into your browser. Summer Jones says Red Kingdom. Yes, ma'am. Now, does everyone that's supposed to have a wrench have a wrench? Let me see. Diana's good. YouTube has been screwing up a lot. Wiss is good. Angel P is good. Bonafide. That was the weirdest thing last Tuesday. Bonafide had a wrench in the morning show. Okay? The afternoon show, she didn't have one. I was like, now how the hell did that happen? And we all know I'm not allowed to touch controls because Kat would kill me. All right, let's get to your comments from the last show, shall we? Oh, hold on. Kimberly Mann said it keeps asking me if I want to subscribe. Well, what the hell? Well, that is very strange. If you're not subscribed, you're hiding in the bushes or whatever. Come on. Come on. Hold on. The hell is going on here? DT Driver, the inflatable turkey catcher, says I don't have a wrench. I think Pat K and Just Me made it clear, turkey catcher, that you're not going to get one. God. All right, your comments. Remember, if I showcase your comment, send me an email and you go into the drawing. Yes, it's some fabulous shit too. Diana Howry last week said, Brooks, oh my God, all three of them know, and all three of them haven't been cleared yet. They know. Let's talk about that. Almost 3.5 years. December 15th will be 3.5 years. Why can't there be a public statement saying that Dawn, Candace, and Grandis are not a focus of their investigation? Has it not been long enough? Dina Lynn, the legendary, said, I agree about the reward for Summer. It should have stayed intact until there's an answer to where she is. That is when we come down to total corruption. That should have never happened. Never. Tina King said, I'd be damned if I let Jody Sue drive me out of anywhere. I feel sorry for him. Meaning Jackie Dobbs. Jody Sue and Andy speak for themselves, unfortunately. Yeah, could you imagine somebody running you off the land you just bought? Peas in a Pod, who is also the captain of our coin pusher team. Because, you know, coin pushing is Candace's favorite sport. You just have to have the right uniform. Peas in a Pod said the alleged footprints are useless because law enforcement would need a casting of Summer's bare feet to compare the alleged barefoot prints. It can't be done. I have a relative who has to test footprints, shoe prints, for 20 years for law enforcement. Riding the dirt bike with her brothers on any day could produce one footprint when stopping on the dirt bike. 1 foot down while stopped, in my opinion. I never thought about this because you have a footprint in one area and a footprint in another, but just one footprint. It could be from riding the dirt bike. Candace gave law enforcement an item from dirty laundry that could have been anyone's and mixed because it was in with others' dirty clothes. Why didn't Candace give them that jacket? It had fresh summer scent on it. Wait. Andy said, was my cousin Fred? Pruitt came back with Fred Hill. In my opinion, Pruitt was just feeding Andy BS like law enforcement does. Hey, I don't know. But those are excellent points. Obviously, Peas in a Pod drank her Ovaltine that morning because she was spouting some facts. Now, Leslie from TBI said this is a case outside of the norm. We spoke a lot last week about Leilani Simon. A lot. From her sentencing to her mother's insane testimony during her sentencing trial. I put a post up for the members that said, Billy obviously missed many red flags. What red flags did Grandis miss or ignore? Do you think that Grandis on the daily, things pop into her head where she says, well, had I done something about this or this or this or that, all of these children would be safe. All of these children be safe. Because 3 states have taken children from Candace Wells. 3 states. Wisconsin, Arkansas, according to Candace, and Tennessee. I would say the first go around with the 2 in Wisconsin would be enough for Grandis to know there's a problem with her daughter. But I digress. So why is this case outside the norm? You see, when a child wanders off, they're found really fast. Oh, hold on. Beautiful Mess said, I think Grandis doesn't care. I think I agree with you. For sure. For sure. Sarah said, Kent and Dawn are huge walking red flags. Just saying. Yes, they are. Oh, yeah, they are. So when a child wanders off their property, gets lost in the woods, etc., they're found very easily. Between heat-seeking drones, helicopters, dogs, grid searches, they do find them. Last week, we did a show about little Josh McCoy in the Pacific Northwest in Oregon. He was found 1.6 miles from his home. Now, a lot of people are saying the mother did it, mother dumped him off, and all this stuff. But there's no signs of distress on his body. And with the storm that was going through, it appears he succumbed to the elements. Anyhow, they found him. It's not like there was snow on the ground. It's not like they were going through a tornado where Summer is like buried under limbs or anything. The FBI card unit said no abduction. TBI, when approached about, is this a criminal investigation? They said absolutely, because we can't rule out foul play. Ronnie Lawson says everything's on the table. Everything's on the table. So what the hell's on the table? Abduction was ruled out by the card unit. It's been 3.5 years. And Summer has not been found in that area. They say there is no evidence that she was trafficked out of that area. What does that leave us with? You be the investigator. But things like this do not leave my memory. This is from I'm That Bitch, Mama Bear.
Entertainment purposes and general awareness, it has been uploaded to the proper people. This is Allison, Mama Bear, and Chris, and her daughter talking, Allie's daughter.
And by the way, I want to say thank you very much to I'm That Bitch, Mama Bear, for sending all of this information to the proper authorities. She didn't send them to Tim Mullen. She didn't send him Dog the Bounty Hunter. She didn't put it on Facebook. She sent it to the authorities and then blasted it on YouTube. And I'm glad she did, because it gave us even more insight into Summer's life. I think about when Chris McDonough was down in that ratchet basement. And even for a seasoned investigator, he looked at Candace and said, I understand, Summer, now. Thank you. And dumbass Candace goes, you're welcome. You're welcome. Word is, Dawn heavily suspects Candace and always has. Of course, that's just a rumor. I believe everything I hear on the internet. And if you all remember, he did say this. And I know some people, because they're such geniuses and they're experts on everything, will say, oh, Dawn was just drunk. Dawn was just drunk. Well, that's definitely something to say about your wife, the mother of your missing child. Listen.
No, I have 7 alibis. I have 7 alibis. Candace ain't going down. She's going down.
You were at work, right?
7 alibis. Candace ain't going down. She's going down.
You were at work.
Well, if he has 7 alibis, how come there's not been a public declaration from law enforcement saying that they have no use for him? It doesn't make any sense to me. To me. If you remember, in the case of Michael Vaughn, they made it clear to the public, as clear as they could through all the articles and everything, that this is a true abduction of Michael Vaughn. Then they took it a step further, even though some people would not accept it. And again, this is what Chief Huff said to the public.
I'd like to note that after a year-long thorough investigation, the family is not a focus of our investigation at this point. They are continuing to fully cooperate with us in all of our efforts from the investigation standpoint. Today, as members of this community, we
not only fully cooperate, they contact law enforcement frequently, asking about the status of their son's case. Guess who doesn't? Guess who doesn't? According to Dawn, him and Candace don't. They haven't heard from law enforcement in over a year. Well, I know one thing that's going on. It's raining in here. Look at that. Our girl Aggie gifted 5 Crime Lines and Laws memberships. If you received a Crime Lines and Laws membership, you say thank you to our girl Aggie. I guess Aggie wants a spanking. She just left a $20 super sticker. This is from the woman that said she doesn't want a Christmas present. You're going to get it now, Aggie. You're going to get it now. Love you, girl.
I want to know why.
Raven said, Aggie, glad you're back. Exactly. Aren't we all? Okay, let's go through this because this interview with Allie upsets me to no end.
Nobody done anything. And why nobody's still doing nothing. Yes, I've called it in to try to find out. I get no answers. Maybe somebody can help me.
True.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. You gotta tell Mama Bennett what you just told me. About her calling you 3 o'clock in the morning.
Who called you? Who's harassing you? What?
Not now.
Oh.
When me and Santa went up on the hill up in, what was it? Just behind the Rovers Park. They called us at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and they were on our way to our house. Summer was 3 years old, and I guess Cam just had, I think it was mess or something on the table.
Okay. They said at 3 in the morning. Summer's 3 years old. And Candace said Summer had gotten into some medicine. Okay. Here's the question. I'll play the Jeopardy music. Why would Candace not take her to the ER? Why? I know in the Quentin Simon case, a lot of people still say that Danny is the one that killed Quentin. The question is, why wouldn't Leilani take her son to the ER? Why? We know in the case of little Corey Michelotto, his father waited a long time to take him to the ER, and he died there alone because his father left and went to another state. There's a huge reason when people do not get medical care for their child. And the medicine they're talking about is not Tylenol, cold, and sinus. Okay?
And they were on her way to our house. Summer was 3 years old, and I guess Candace had, I think it was meth or something on the table, and she was high off her ass, and she left the room, and Summer got into it, and she called us, and she showed up at our door, and Summer was like, she was shaking and crying.
Oh my God.
And I was like, y'all need to take her to the hospital. And she was like, no, we would have got arrested. So there we are, holding a freaking 3-year-old crying because she's scared and high out of her mind.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So, they never cared about them kids.
And CPS does nothing.
When a child is in distress, you take them to the hospital. Yes, Allie turned a blind eye too, and she's supposed to be a medical professional. Nothing you can do with Allie because she's not of this planet anymore. But you smell what I'm stepping in, right, Barb Murray? By the way, Barb Murray has been a member here for over 3 years. She's an awesome person. And this whole parents don't like to take their kids to the ER because then CPS will blame them and they'll have an investigation. Shut up. Shut up. You take your kids to the hospital, and if they alert the CPS, DHS, whatever you call it, you explain it. You let them do a home study. You go through the hoops, but you keep your child safe first. You worry about the rest later.
They never cared about them kids.
And CPS does nothing.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, when they did CPS checks, how the hell does she pass inspection?
Yeah.
Shit, get yelled at if I have fucking dirt on my house. No. I get yelled at. I fail my inspections here if I have a fucking piece of clothing. She laughed about it. She was like, yeah, they saw all the weed and shit on the table and they didn't say nothing. They just laughed.
I swear there's some, the whole town is in this.
No, say
They all cover up each other.
I'll say if CPS was here for me and I had dirty dishes in my sink, they'd eat my kids right then and there for it being filthy because I had dishes in my sink. Trust me.
Isn't that the shits? Okay? Now, I'm not saying Allie was a perfect mother. I'm not saying Allie did all the right things, but Allie's not here to defend herself. So I'm certainly not going to sit here and just rip on Allie. But after the Hunter interview with Chris McDonough, and no, it's not Chris McDonough's fault, CPS got very involved in Allie's life. They removed 2 of her children from her. And she's sitting there saying, if I've got too many dirty dishes in my sink, CPS will say something to me. Well, from what I understand, Allie wasn't big about keeping a tidy house. I'm not saying you can eat off my floors, but I can tell you right now, I can keep shit picked up, okay? My understanding is Allie wasn't that good of a housekeeper. And there's no excuse for it when you have grown children, okay? So you have CPS all up in Allie's business. And then what happens to Dawn and Candace? They just signed those boys over. They just signed them over. That's what Dawn said. They signed their rights over. So I don't know if the foster family is going to adopt the boys. I don't know what they're going to do. And one of these days, the boys are going to understand that their parents signed their damn rights over so that Dawn no longer had to pay $30 a month in child support, and also so they wouldn't be prosecuted. Dawn's words.
I mean, they fucking film me. They try everything over there to fucking film me on my inspections.
Well, did y'all see?
You know what I told the lady the other time? I'm sorry my house is lived in. You want to come here? You want this floor spick and span? You can fuck these, do it. Till then, you can leave. Don't come at me sideways. There ain't shit on my motherfucking floors.
That's crazy, dude.
Oh, well, then she failed polygraph test. Oh, yeah, so she failed her polygraph test twice.
How? How did that bitch fail a polygraph test? How many Xanax that motherfucker take? I got it all the way wrong. Sorry,
She said she passed it.
Oh.
What'd you say?
I don't understand.
She wasn't being honest. That's why she failed.
Oh, I thought you said she passed it.
Everybody she passed it.
Okay, so Candace told a couple of people, Allie being one, another friend, I think her name is Jenna, but don't quote me on that. I'm certainly not putting out a last name, that she failed her polygraph. Now, we all know around here, I don't really care about polygraphs. They're not admissible in court. I don't care what anyone says. People say, oh, they use them in court all the time, Brooks. They use them in court all the time. No, they don't. No. It's a tool for the police. So we've heard that Candace passed hers. So why did she tell other people she didn't? Why?
Polygraph test. Oh, yeah, so she failed her polygraph test twice.
How? How did that bitch fail a polygraph test? How many Xanax that motherfucker take? I got it all the way wrong. Sorry,
She said she passed it.
Oh.
What'd you say?
I don't understand.
She wasn't being honest. That's why she failed.
Oh, I thought you said she passed it.
Everybody she passed it. No, she didn't. But my thing is, she failed twice. When I called her that night, when I was...
Okay, so she told Allie she failed twice. And moderators, if you're watching the chat, because I can't see everything, we have several people coming in right now, and they don't think we can see them. And I don't want anyone to feel like they're being ignored. So if you could please, keep an eye. I'm doing the best I can. I promise. I promise.
Came into the house after we were at the cookout and shit.
The night Summer come up gone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell me how this bitch is just pacing back and forth in her house playing with her ass. When
That
she
mother-
called me an ass drinking. When she called me an ass, she was sitting in the chair, freaking drinking. And I was like, well, where's all these people? They're out looking for us. And don't you think you should be out there too instead of getting drunk off your ass? We can't leave.
Right. Well, nobody else.
My child's up in this 911 the fuck tell me I can't leave.
Right. You ain't gonna tell me I can't search.
Now, the whole you can't search is actually a common thing when a child is missing. They don't say you can't search. They say somebody needs to be at home in case the child comes back. Because normally, the way things are interpreted by law enforcement is the child's got to be around here somewhere. They don't instantly jump to murder, abduction, child trafficking. They don't go through all that. They're like, odds are she's around here somewhere. He's around here somewhere. Someone has to be home in case the child comes back. Now then, I have an important announcement. Our girl Nufflin celebrated a birthday on Saturday. Can we all sing happy birthday to our friend Nufflin? Happy birthday, our dear friend Nufflin. Now, I am replaying this from Prayer Garden's channel. Let's stick with the topic about what Candace is saying, or good old girl Can't. I don't want to get sidetracked talking about Benny. Prayer Garden is a friend of this channel, and she has done, in my opinion, a lot of work keeping Summer's name out there. Absolutely. And even when Prayer Garden and I had a misunderstanding about something, which that came from someone else, anyhow, she still wished me well when I was in the hospital. And you don't even know what that meant to me. But listen to Can't. When she decides she's going to confront Prayer Garden. And of course, point fingers.
You know, I don't care what anybody else says. You know, in my opinion, this woman some way she has implicated herself into this, and now, you know, it has to be taken serious.
Right. Is that
Absolutely.
Dallas, Candy?
Huh?
Is that Dallas?
This is one of the babies. Yeah, that's Dallas.
Damn it, Candace, put your damn teeth in and leave animals alone. I'm still so mad about her having that damn dog chained up. It looked like a log chain, chained up to a tree. I think this was on her channel when she was telling everybody that she can't take a shit. She said her doctor told her, "You're just backed up. You're just backed up. You're just backed up." But she had a dog in the heat chained up to a tree. Why? Why? Because she said her and Donnie don't want it getting pregnant. Well, now, how's the dog going to fight away a horny dog when they're chained to a tree? Can someone explain that to me? I wouldn't let her take care of OJ's litter box. All right? No.
That dog is named for my city.
Yeah, she did. She named her dog Dallas because at the time, Dawn was in jail for the violation of probation. Okay. And she had the hots for Benny. And she had the hots for old Ern the Burn. I guarantee she's not too worried about him now, since he is in jail. But she had the hots for Benny. Oh, our girl ICU is here. She said, in my opinion, they stole the dog, and that's why they're keeping it chained up. It's such a strange story, ICU. She said that this mama dog was out in the woods and it had a litter of puppies, and that she had to go into the woods to play Jack Hanna, you know? She had to go in there and rescue the mama dog and the puppies. As we remember from WJHL, she told us all, I don't go in those woods. I don't go in the woods because I'm scared of snakes and bears and coyotes. So she wouldn't go in the woods to look for Summer, but she went out there to find those puppies. But yeah, she named that dog after the town that Benny's from.
She is beautiful.
Sure is.
I'm going to have to talk my wife into it.
Candace, was Jody Sue acting any way towards the children before Summer came up missing? I mean, was she being mean to them or looking at them, or, you know, I mean, did you find anything?
She wouldn't really say nothing to the kids, but she would look at them like they were like evil kids, like they were
like peasants.
They didn't need to be around here. Yeah, like peasants.
Yeah, she sure didn't like children.
Do we have any idea where Booger was at
I have no idea.
that day? We don't.
I don't know.
Well, we do know that day he was driving his grandmother's truck, which was a red truck, right?
From what I hear, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. If Booger was driving a red truck, then fine, he's driving a red truck. Red's a very common color for vehicles. But what we have learned in the last few months is that the red truck tip came from Don Wells. Let that soak in. Marinate on that. The red truck tip came from Don Wells, which leads me to believe that the reason that Robin Lane was marking the red truck off of all the missing posters is because she didn't believe Dawn. Okay? That's what I believe now. Before, I just thought it was the craziest thing I've just about ever seen. You don't mark up a missing poster. You don't. You don't change what the authorities have put out. It's out there for a reason. But I think Robin did it because she didn't believe Dawn. That tip came from Dawn. Okay? No one's going to be parked outside of their house with Summer. It doesn't make any sense. If you're going to abduct a child, which I don't suggest it, I don't recommend it, you get the hell out of Dodge. And as far as Booger being in the red truck, it's just a red truck. Tim Mullen has a red truck. Robin Lane has a red truck. Other people have red trucks.
Yeah.
And doesn't Jody Sue's mother own a red pickup truck?
Yes. That was the truck that Boogie would have been driving during that time.
And that's her son.
Boogie, that would be her grandson.
Okay.
That's Jody Sue's son, Boogie.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know, I find it funny that it happened to be a red truck they seen turning into a driveway.
Right. And you know, when you
criminals sometimes use a little truth.
absolutely, not even just criminals, even liars.
Absolutely.
You know, they say there's 50% truth in every lie, but you know, you have to try to quantify. See, there's two scenarios that happened across on their side of the hill, which was first, they both saw the flash of a red truck.
Right.
Because Jody Sue says she asked Boogie, who was that? Right. So if Jody Sue saw it and she was able to ask Boogie, who was it? That automatically means that Boogie allegedly saw it too.
Right.
Then after the truck situation, you hear the scream.
Okay. Benny's right. He's right. Again, this conversation's not about Benny. It's not about Prayer Garden, but he's right. Okay. I don't think anybody saw any red truck that day, unless it's just somebody that drives a red truck. I mean, I'm looking outside right now. My neighbor's got a red truck. Got to be kidding me. But look who is so uninterested in the conversation. That would be Can't. To name your dog after a city near a YouTuber is crazy. Chris Melcher, thank you for being a member for 23 months. You are amazing. Because she was living high on the hog, my friends, when Dawn was in jail. Oh, yeah, she was. And I think the whole red truck was misdirection by Mr. Don Wells. Because when it was put out there that Don is the one that gave that tip, I was like, well, fuck that. Forget that. What does Don think about Can't falling hopelessly in love with Benny? What does he think about her going and having catfish with Sunshine 420 from Plenty of Fish? What does he think about this? And this is when he was out of jail.
But
yeah, it's
Ernie.
Is that Ernie?
Yeah, that's Ernie. That's his
Yeah, that's Ernie.
Okay, come up, Ernie, if you want to.
Yeah, he needs to come up and say hi, the old stranger.
Get up here, Ernie.
Everybody's saying that you ditched me the other day when you come up here, which I know Ernie. Ernie's in and out all the time, so Ernie don't know.
Yeah, he ditches everybody.
He does. Been trying to call him for weeks. Freaking won't even answer his phone.
I know. Ernie's just Ernie.
Unless he wants to be mean to me. Then I'll send me a message.
But yeah, I mean, he's more than welcome. Don B, if you want to come up here and you got things to say, well, you need to come up here and apologize to Candace. This is your chance to make things right. There's Ernie on.
I'd like to talk to Don.
Hey.
Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing?
Pretty good.
Well,
do you remember me, Ernie?
I do remember you.
Okay.
We got lips up here.
Okay.
Hey, stranger.
How you doing?
I'm doing all right. How you doing?
Oh my God, is that Candace?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Candace, you looking pretty good today.
I'm trying my best.
Her
That's
hair's
good.
all long and stuff.
She's doing good, Ernie. She's doing real
Looks
good.
like straight and dried up and got your headphones set on. Lord.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Living
good.
the good life.
I love you,
good.
Kinky.
That's her new nickname, Can.
Can.
What's
That's
today's
what we call
conversation
Benny
about,
around.
y'all?
We don't
Don
call it
B's making
Don B and his bull crap.
Well, no one cares about Don B because he was actually doing a nice thing. He was doing a nice thing, keeping Summer's name out. But she turned that camera on when that hoodlum on the loose, earn the burn, as she calls him. She did the lean back, and all he could say was, "You got your headphones set on." That's it. Most men would have a damn problem with their wife creaming their jeans over people like Benny and Ernie.
Boogie and his mom both say they heard the scream.
Right.
But both of these scenarios have been unfounded.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You've got to make that make sense, and it just doesn't.
Okay.
It won't make sense.
It's not because it's phantom.
I wish I could comment. I wish I could comment on these comments because, man.
Go ahead, Candace.
people.
Comment, hun. The floor is yours up there.
Oh, this is Deborah Hayes says, so I'm lying and I need rehab. So what am I lying about? That's what I'd like to know.
You know what, Candy? It wouldn't even be worth engaging those folks.
It's not worth answering those comments.
No, don't even
It's not-
engage them, honey. Just,
Yeah.
you know,
It really ain't. It really ain't. But they just
No,
make
it
me
is.
mad. Like, I have nothing to lie about.
and not only that, but she passed the polygraph, whoever you are. And if you don't like the fact that she passed the polygraph, well, it's been almost 7 months. Their phones came back good.
Well, they kept their phones, and she told 2 different people that we know of that she was scared because she failed the polygraph. Okay, and not to be a hypocrite, I'm telling you right now, I don't really care about polygraphs. And this whole she needs to go to rehab and everything. Kathy, the friend, put her in rehab. She only made it 11 hours, and she said the people there were yucky and offensive. Now, this is from a woman that lives with and has had 4 children with and is married to Don Wells. What the hell could honestly offend her? This is when Kathy took her to the psych evaluation.
I actually took her to her psychiatric evaluation when they first ordered it, and it was in Knoxville. And at that time, she really hadn't driven on the interstate. You know, she hadn't driven very far, so she was really nervous. So I went with her, and really, she didn't even know how to work her GPS. So we get to the doctor's office. I sit down in the chair, and the first thing that she does is sit down on the floor and grabs the Legos and starts playing with Legos. When the doctor came from the back, she opened the door, and she looked at me and she said, "Candace." And I turned and looked at Candace, and I could see shock actually in the doctor's face, because she, you know, I think was looking at me to be Candace, you know, sitting in a chair, waiting to be seen, and then she looks over there and Candace is sitting on the floor, playing with Legos. Like a child, yes. Do I feel the Lego thing was legit or a ploy to seem off? Okay, no, it wasn't a ploy. That's who she is. That's who she is. That's the level she's on. And, you know, she has never ordered anything offline. She's never written a check. That's why I had to fill out all the papers for her, because she don't know how to do any of that. So, you know, and that's probably one reason, you know, she don't want to step away from Don, because, you know, he handles it all for her. No matter what it is, he handles it all.
Interesting. She's never ordered anything offline. Wow. I don't know about that, because she has. She had a whole Amazon wish list. When Kathy asked her, if she had gotten anything off of the wish list. She ordered kitchen canisters, and Can't replied, I got the cancers. I got the cancers. Well, you didn't order cancer, Can't. You ordered canisters. Nobody would order cancer.
Yeah, everything came back good. Not one slip up. If there would have been one slip up, these folks would be in jail right now, and this would be a totally different panel. Okay?
And also, you got to take in consideration that they're not the ones saying crazy stuff like Jody Sue.
Correct. And inconsistent things, right? So, I mean, they gave their statement early on, and it's the statement that we heard, and it stayed the same. It hasn't wavered. It hasn't changed. It's remained the same. And that's, the truth will remain when the world's on fire.
And Candace has been up there. She said that 2 weeks into it, she kind of suspected something the way Jody Sue was acting, but chose to dismiss it because, she thought Jody Sue's her friend. So she chose to dismiss it.
That's
And
the way she acted. She acted like she was my friend. But...
So, Candy, let me ask you, when you came down the hill and she was there and you had Donnie on the speakerphone, I know we talked about this somewhere else, but let's talk about it here. At no point, at no point did Jody Sue mention to you that she had saw the flash of a red vehicle or heard a scream, correct?
None at all.
I don't know. It seems like when you are trying to help a mother find her missing daughter, you might mention that you saw the flash of a red vehicle, right?
Right.
And that you heard a scream.
Absolutely.
You don't wait till 2 days later to tell that.
No, because
her words to me was she was waiting for Andy to get there. That's what she told me.
And what time was that?
Oh gosh,
around the.
I'm not even sure, Benny, right now.
Okay.
Around 4:30, yeah, about 4:30, 5 o'clock.
So she said at 4:30 she was waiting for Andy, right, with her purse down there.
Yeah, that's what she said because they had to go to town and take care of some business.
Right.
Okay. They had to go to town and take care of some business. Jody seems to be a pretty lazy person to me. Okay, kind of an up all night, sleep all day type of gal. Why would she be standing outside with her purse, waiting on Andy? If you're waiting to go to town, waiting to go shopping or whatever, don't you sit your dumb ass in the house and then grab your stuff and go? If you're outside watering the lawn, trimming the rose bushes or whatever, you're not standing there with your purse. But I don't know Jody that well. Now we're going to get to who actually lies soon. For one, Kathy saying that Candace doesn't drive is a huge lie because she does. I'm not saying Kathy's lying, but Candace is lying to her by saying she doesn't drive. We know she does. Her saying she doesn't order things online. Look at this. This is a message from Candace to Kathy. Kathy is asking her what she has gotten from the wish list. She said, got the cancers. And it's a picture of canisters, my friends. I'm telling you, there was something a little different going on between old Can't and Kathy.
Andy just said on my channel 3 days ago that he was spotted on the road after 6 o'clock. So you mean to tell me that she was down there at 4:30 and she was going to have to wait down at the end of that driveway for almost 2 hours for him? That don't make sense.
Also, if she was waiting for Andy, why didn't she have her cell phone?
I mean, I wouldn't walk down to the end of Candace's driveway and stand and wait there for an hour and a half until Dawn came and picked me up.
Now, if she was standing down there, was that after Summer had came up missing?
I don't know when she got down there. I just know when I drove down in my mom's truck, she was down there.
Okay.
Was she already looking, or was she doing something different?
She was just standing on the corner.
Very, very interesting.
Right.
Why the hell would you just be standing out in your yard if you just abducted a child? Why? That makes no sense. Candace has been caught in too many fibs.
Right.
Was it surprising you coming down the drive knowing your daughter?
Yeah,
was missing,
because usually Jody Sue don't walk around.
Right.
How would she know from on top of the hill? Thank you, Blackwing Paranormal, for being a member for 19 months. Thank you, thank you, thank you. No one's just going to be standing outside for God and the world to see if you just did something nasty. No. And this is what she said before. See, her stories change way too much.
I don't know about Jackie Dobbs. I've just heard about him. I don't know about Jody Sue. I've talked to Jody Sue time and time again. And every time she talks to me, her story has changed.
Like in how?
Okay, like, for instance, like, she said that she was down on the bottom after she heard somebody scream or whatever. She was never at the bottom of that driveway. I drove down there faster than she could fucking fly.
Okay. So she said, so the scream, of course, is out of the question now, right? There was no scream, right?
There's no scream, dude. She's maced all that shit up. Why? I can't lie. It's not in my metabolism.
Okay, it's not in her metabolism to lie. So she's telling Prayer Garden and she's telling Benny that she, with her own two eyes in her noggin, saw Jody Sue outside when she was in Grandis's truck, but then she tells Ernie she wasn't. Why is that not a problem for law enforcement?
So you say she doesn't walk around, but she was seen in at least one search, correct?
From what I'm aware of, yes.
Yeah. That's interesting. I don't really know why it's interesting and in what degree, negative or positive, but it's definitely interesting because, for the hell that this woman has caused these people, she started out on their side by saying she saw a suspect and she needed a sketch artist. If the suspect would have been Don, she wouldn't have needed a sketch artist. She just would have said, it's that guy. So, I mean, Jody Sue is right. Pretty much already set the stage from the very beginning that it was a red vehicle that was either dusty or missing the clear coat. And she heard a scream. Right? I mean, all of these things and this,
Okay, Ronnie Lawson said through the investigation, which is not just Hawkins County, but TBI and FBI have said that scream is unfounded. It came out on court TV that the red truck, that tip came from Don. If I was Hawkins County, I would have a very long talk with Jody about putting information out. I really would. I really would.
This alleged suspect. She's already set the scene for everything else except for Don and Candace being involved.
She has said, the craziest stuff, and she absolutely, I believe that TBI should be checking into this and she also made mention, she was counting up, and she said that she seemed to know exactly the time frame that Summer was missing also. And I found that to be awful damn weird too.
Yeah, because even Don, even Candace isn't exactly sure of every single minute during that.
But Jody Sue was.
Right.
Jody Sue was. How could she know the time frame?
Well, then you have to ask yourself one of two questions. Was she involved and that's how she knows the timeline? Or is she just lying her way into the timeline? Because,
I don't think you could I don't think you would know it like that.
I personally think that she did lie herself into the timeline. I don't think Jody saw shit. I don't think Jody heard shit. I think she inserted herself in for attention and dollar, because she has made it well known on her channel about how mad she got when she found out Don and Candace were getting money from other creators, when she found out that they were getting their house redone by total strangers. So next thing you know, she's on the news with her purple eyeshadow. And then she starts a channel. Now, I can't get through it because my closed captions won't even pick up what she's saying. And no, I'm not making fun of anybody that has a speech impediment. But if I can't understand someone talking, I just can't. My brain can't do it, okay? Like when I call Amazon about returns. If I can't understand them, then I hang up and I keep calling until I get someone I can understand. I can't understand what she's saying, and she talks in riddles and circles.
Unless you would have to, what I'm saying is you pretty much have to be there to get it down like that.
I agree. But I think that it's also the possibility that timeline could be something that you could polish and smooth as you learn it,
And why did she come out? Why did she bring herself
because for a long time we just knew that there was an issue with Jackie Dobbs across the property line and an issue with a neighbor. That's all we knew for a long time. And then boom, the emergence of Jody Sue. Right. So that's exactly how it happened. Right. There was a lot of talk about Dobbs being over the line. But we never knew who she was. And then bam, she came on.
My question for her is why is she following the case? What I'm saying is she's following the case closer, watching every single thing, trying to debunk anything that could possibly implicate her in any way, more so than the parents are. You would think Candace and Donald would be the ones watching it that close because it's their child. But this woman is watching it. And what bothers me is she ran into my live over here and our live and demanded me and my family, because that's what we are over here. We're a family for Summer. And she demanded me and my family to play a video for her ASAP. And we told her, hell no, we're going to play it when we want to play it. Get the hell out of here. And she's like, I ain't got time to stick around. Play it right now. And I was like, and that made me not want to play it even more so. Right. So then she ran over to Ziggy's.
She did that shit to me too. she came in here and she started demanding all kinds of stuff. And I was like, hell to the no. I don't work for you, lady. I'm not doing that. And she got her ass torn up by people in chat. And I believe Trevor was online. But she does. She will go places and demand.
And try to debunk everything before it even got played because she was afraid of it, of what was going to be played.
You know, I can tell you, in my opinion, one of the reasons why I think she's following this so closely, and it's 72,000 reasons. You know, that you have to understand that the people, hypothetically, in high probability, this $72,000 reward is to tempt somebody.
Now, remember that $72,000 reward is gone. It's gone. It's gone. There is no reward for Summer. There's none. I have contemplated myself putting up a reward. It would go into an escrow account, so it can't be. But I mean, I don't want the havoc from crazy people on the internet, because I believe if there is enough money out there, and anyone that might have information, anyone that knows something about something, they might say something. Because after 3.5 years, the statute of limitations is probably up for some of the crimes they're involved in. Or they can make a deal with the DA saying, look, I'll tell you, but you better forgive X, Y, and Z that you got against me. And that happens more times than I can count. Mallory Parker, what's up, girl? She said, who got the reward for Summer? It was a real shit show. It was dissolved and it was given to the Child Advocacy Center. Yep. And I've never heard of taking away a reward for a missing person, especially a child
that lives in the area that can get the reward, right? So
yeah, well, you're not going to get the reward. You know, you're not going to get a reward because a lot of times before you can get something, they want you to do a polygraphs too.
Absolutely. They're highly, highly conditional.
Absolutely. Yeah. And, you know, so, you know, the reward fund would be out of the question for her.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But, you know, you have to quantify why someone keeps putting themselves into a scenario. You know, it's not like she keeps trying to dig her way out of the hole. She just continually makes efforts to, you know, continue digging the hole. So to try to find the motivation is going to be very difficult.
Thank you, LA Legit. She says prayers to you, Candace. Prayers, love, much love from Texas, sweetheart. God bless you.
Thank you.
We have so many purple hearts in here tonight. Thank you, everybody, for the purple hearts. Thank you so much. And let Candace know how much we love Summer, how much we absolutely love Summer. Absolutely. And over here, our goal is to find the truth. We are going to find the truth. We are going to bring Summer home. We are going to get justice. You know, that's what we're all about. Over here, it's all about Summer. Summer is the victim, not Jody Sue, right. Not anyone else, but Summer. And that's who we want to find, and that's who we are going to get justice for.
I've got a little baby son that's trying to FaceTime me. If I don't answer it, he's going to be hot on my tail.
Go answer him, Benny. Go answer him.
I love you guys. I'll try to catch back up with you here in a few minutes if I can.
All right.
Love you, Candy. Bye-bye. Thank you, Sissy.
Love you.
Thank you.
What a great comment, Joe. Candace hasn't been one time Summer's voice Not one time. That's a great comment. When has Candace been the voice for Summer? We've even heard Candace say she's putting her on the back burner because she's not here. Couldn't believe she said that. And she has to concentrate on the boys. All right. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. They signed the kids over. How disgusting is that?
Candace, I am so sorry you had to hear about
Yeah.
this tonight. I know that it's the last thing that you wanted to hear. Is it going to give you a new perspective on things now? I mean,
It has given me a new perspective on a lot of things.
and hopefully it's opened your mind. It's really, I'm sure it's something that's opened your mind. Yes.
Oh yes, of course.
Yeah. There's no words I could say that, could help the way you're feeling right now. I know that. I absolutely know that. And I'm so sorry. There's nothing, you could say to heal that kind of hurt. I'm sure.
There's no words.
No, there isn't. But I pray to God sends you some peace and comforts. I hope He sends you some.
I just pray that our baby comes back home safe, and we can find her.
If Jody Sue did do something with her, what do you think? I mean, do you think that she would still be alive? I mean, I know that's a hard question for a mother to answer. And I know you want to keep faith and hope and everything. But from what you've heard, what is your perspective
I
on that?
pray every night that I pray every night that she's still alive and safe, and pray to God that she's being fed and took care of. But the way Jody Sue talks, I like how she wants to kill and suffocate kids and don't care about them.
Now, hold on. What is she saying about Jody Sue wants to kill and suffocate kids and all that stuff? Now, come on. What the hell is she talking about? Okay? I'm not saying that Jody seems to be a real hands-on mom and does things the best way for her family, for sure. But this whole she just gave the kids evil looks all the time. You stretch this rubber band anymore, it's going to snap.
That part of me is there's no hope. There's nothing on that side.
Are you going to go to TBI now?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
I love it. Prayer Garden asked her, now mind you, this is a long time ago. Are you going to go to TBI now? Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Oh, okay. Okay. Sure. How often do you think Dawn and Candace really contact the authorities just for an update? I got to hear that again. What a great question. Are you going to go to TBI now? Oh, yeah.
What do you think? I mean, do you think that she would still be alive? I mean, I know that's a hard question for a mother to answer. And I know you want to keep faith and hope and everything. But from what you've heard, what is your perspective
I
on that?
pray every night that I pray every night that she's still alive and safe, and pray to God that she's being fed and took care of. But the way Jody Sue talks, I like how she wants to kill and suffocate kids and don't care about them. That part of me is there's no hope. There's nothing on that side.
Are you going to go to TBI now?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Are you going to be down
Yep,
at the?
I'm gonna go speak with them tomorrow.
I absolutely think you should, Candace. I absolutely think you should, hon. Candace found out tonight what Jody Sue had said. She heard the tape. She had no.
Okay. We have heard on other trials, okay? We heard it recently in Quentin Simon. We heard it in Herman Montgomery. We heard it in Gannon. That the authorities, they have like their own social media department that tracks all these things. So all the nonsense that Jody says, they already know. Then you got Candace saying she's going to go to TBI, but she still has time to talk to Prayer Garden. No offense to Prayer Garden. She is so detached. She's so disinterested. I would have been like, I got to go right now. I'm going to call 800 TBI find right now. Hey, they're 24/7. They are 24/7. She made no such phone call, my friends. Nuh-uh. She made no such phone call. None. And she certainly didn't drive over there. She got right back to what she wants to do. Real Rockin' Robin said, yep, Brooks, it's just a phone call away. She should have stopped right there and said, I got to go. I'm going to call him right now. I'm going to call him right now. But she's obviously looking down at her phone because she's got something more interesting going on there.
No idea that Jody Sue had said that about hauling off Summer's body. She had no idea that Jody Sue's daughter had been told by Andy that he was the last one to see Summer's dead body. I don't like to say that in front of Candace with Candace up here, but I am so sorry. It's the truth. We all know that she said it. And
Jody said many things. That Andy saw Summer's dead body. That Andy was selling rugs, to the Wells in order to keep the kids, to make the little girls sleepy. She has said many things. And in my opinion, none of these things are about Summer. They're about her getting even with Andy Bernard. That's what she's really doing.
Candace has been so busy with so many other things in the background she's been doing that she didn't have time to listen, or no one has ever brought this to her attention. It's the first time she's hearing it now.
Okay, this is my problem with this. A couple weeks ago, we did a show called No Reaction is a Reaction. There's Candace sitting there publicly on YouTube talking to Prayer Garden. Now, mind you, this is quite a while ago, which makes it even more important. She is told, okay, that according to her neighbor, Jody Sue, Andy saw Summer and she was dead. I don't care how big of a piece of shit mother you are. I don't care how hands off you are. I don't care if you're selfish and into yourself, whatever. No one is going to hear that and not instantly come unglued. Now, I'm going to get some comments about that, and people are going to tell me, oh, but you have to understand she levels on a 15-year-old mentality. 15-year-olds flip out a lot easier than 50-year-olds. Okay? No reaction. But she's like, yeah, I'll get with TBI tomorrow. And she's still sitting there messing with that dog. Lil Red, you're so right. Letitia Stout, the Proudfoots, and the Wells, every excuse not to look. Think about that. Harmony Montgomery. Look at little AJ in Illinois. Look at little Olivia Jansen outside of Kansas City. They have every excuse not to look. Such an important comment. Thank you for that. So she's being told these things, and we have no reaction. Just that, she'll get on it tomorrow. I'd have called right then. I'll tell you what, she's got somewhere around that trap of a house, she has got tons of business cards. Pruitt, Lawson, FBI. She's probably got 5, 6 different cards from the TBI. She could have called right then and told him, but she has no reaction.
Lady Slippers sends much love. Much love. They said we will never give up on Candace Summer. Or we will never give up on Summer, Candace. Much love.
I'm never going to give up on her either.
I have a lady say that her heart is breaking in here right now. They said stay strong with love, Candace.
Tell them all I said thank you and much love. God bless them all.
It says please let her know we love her. Our bucket list has holes.
I see that.
Absolutely. Yeah, they're sending much love, Candace. I got a beautiful chat over here. We get some.
I think he's asleep. I've been up taking care of puppies.
They sure are beautiful. How many did she have this time?
She had 7.
God, I love that. How many did she have this time? Because God forbid we fix our animals. God forbid. But again, this case is outside the norm. You got nothing but crazy, and crazier. They're not selling those dogs. Those dogs aren't registered. It's inhumane what they do, in my opinion.
Oh, she had a litter of 7? Oh, my goodness.
Well, Candace has had a litter of 7 too. Where's her kids? She's had 7 children. Where are they? She's sitting there, I'm taking care of this puppy. Oh, she had a litter of 7? So is Candace. 2 kids removed by the state of Wisconsin. 1 removed by the state of Arkansas. Summer is missing, and 3 removed from the state of Tennessee. Where's her litter? Where's Candace's litter? Now here we are coming up on the holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, the whole 9 yards, whatever you celebrate. And she's got nothing. She's got her and Don. Ilyanka said, Brooks, nice catch, 7 and 7. Yeah, she's had 7 kids. We know of 6 for sure, but she says there's a 7th. She had 7. That would be enough right there to break someone beyond their gore, you know? Just to think. I've had 7 children and none of them are with me, but I gotta take care of these puppies. And don't get me wrong, I'm an animal lover.
Yeah.
They are beautiful. They are beautiful. And which one of your puppies had that letter?
Yucky.
Oh, those are Yucky's pups? Oh my goodness.
They're Yucky's pup. Yep.
I talked
This
to
one
Candace.
that I'm holding is Dallas.
I had talked to Candace tonight because I didn't think that was Yucky. And she enlightened me that, yes, it was, that the white between his eyes had, as he got bigger, disappeared.
Yep.
I'm sorry about that.
Oh, you're okay.
Always somebody trying to call. I got
This
myself
one
a
that I'm
stalker,
holding right
Candace.
now, I named him Dallas, and he don't care which way I hold him. He lays upside down and wherever which way he wants to lay and goes to sleep.
He sure is cute. He sure is cute. Have you guys got a lot more
He's
done
a
on
good
the
boy.
house there?
I've been trying to do everything I can do on the house, but Donnie works and I work on the house, so.
Well, it's looking beautiful. I could tell you've been painting back there.
Yeah, we painted the whole entire kitchen.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's absolutely. Are you going to get brand new carpet put throughout it?
I don't know. Probably in the boys' room, I probably will put carpet, but in the kitchen, I'm not so sure yet.
You're going to go with maybe wood floors. They're so nice. I love wood.
Yeah.
Tennessee Shine, thank you.
These are wood or linoleum.
Oh, you're thinking of linoleum? It's nice too. And she says, Candace, love you,
Yeah.
sis. In Christ. PG, mod me, and a few will be gone.
Thanks, Tennessee Shine.
Tennessee Shine's gonna go mayhem on the on everybody.
All right. What are you doing, baby?
Alabama loves. She says, Summer Moon, Utah Wells, much love. Absolutely, Nora. Thank you very much. God bless.
All right. At that point, it's just a bunch of going through comments and things like that. But let's get to the nitty gritty of it. Candace is hit with horrible, horrible information. And it doesn't part her hair at all. It doesn't. Nothing. She said she's going to get a hold of TBI the next day when she could call right then. She could say, I got to go right now. Leslie, why didn't Ellie ask for the jacket? Everyone let Summer down. Well, that's a very interesting story. They weren't told about the jacket. And for whatever reason, the jacket was given to Kathy. Truth. Kathy was holding Summer's stuff for quite a while. So if they don't know, they don't know. I mean, time is of the essence. And so what they say is, I need something with this child's scent on. But the jacket wasn't given to him. And then Kathy puts this out many months later, and there's Candace on Daisy's channel holding up the jacket. Now, some people say that is not the jacket. That is not the jacket. It looks like it to me. Horrible. Horrible. Okay, what's going on with Stacy? I see a lot of people in here saying, oh my God, Stacy. Oh my God, Stacy. What's going on? I got to go back through the chat. Give me a second. What in the hell? I'm not seeing it. Oh my, it's Stacy. Stacy's so sorry. Holy shit, Stacy. Stacy's been at the hospital all night. Her son broke his neck and back. He fell off an 8-foot ladder. Y'all, we need some serious prayers right now. We need some serious prayers. We need some serious get wells for our friend Stacy. Stacy, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Because it's going to be a long road, and you are a tough woman. You're a tough mama. You're a tough wife. It breaks my heart too. Stacy, how old is he? I mean, not that it matters. We know younger, we heal easier. This is horrible. He's 33. Goodness. Goodness. Discovering the Truth said Kathy didn't put the picture of the jacket out. She gave them to Nana's Angels for a birthday video for summer. And Nana called TBI and informed them that Kathy had the jacket. And then Kathy brought it back to Candace, and Candace put it on Daisy's channel live. So yes, you are right. And Kathy also lied and said that she called her local law enforcement saying she had Summer's jacket, and they're like, not our jurisdiction. You need to call Hawkins County or TBI. Obviously, that wasn't done because it went back to Candace. Well, you all, this has been a great show with great friends, great family, and the whole 9 yards. I do know there is a lot of things going on the YouTube streets, but the fact that you keep coming back here for Little Summer Wells tells me you're here for the right reasons. So I want you to have a great rest of your Monday. If I don't see you in Discord, I think we're going to do a Discord live today. If I don't see you in Discord, one of the Facebook groups, I will see you back here tomorrow. And just for our friend Britt, it's going to be a 2 for Tuesday. You better get ready. Buckle up, my friends. Thank you, Mod Squad, and thank you to the best chat, best friends, and best community on YouTube.